Okay, after 6 long months, the day's finally come. They're kicking you out. You're going home. The day you thought would never come has finally gotten here. You're loading up and you're going.
Perfectly. You had a good teacher.
That walk to the house, how great was that? And then came the parade that my wife put together. My wife and kids and half the neighborhood lined up to come and see us. It was awesome.
I might see you tomorrow. I think we're going to go to church tomorrow, so.
So now what? What comes next? Well, you get to work. Hang around, I'll show you. Hey everyone, it's Brian. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing fantastic today. So, if you've been following me for a while, you know from my other videos that I just did 6 months in the hospital. Well, 2 years ago. I'm still recovering, but I did 6 months in the hospital trying to get over COVID and learn how to walk, learn how to talk. So, you know, I'm finally home and everything's just fantastic. It was the day I longed for a long time, but now it's like, okay, what do I do now? You know, now the real struggle begins. This is the real world. I remember when I walked out of that hospital and got in the car and my wife started driving away, it was such a shock to me. It was like, oh my God, the outdoors, has it always been this big? It was crazy. The drive was, I had never had motion sickness in my life, but driving in that car after being in a room for 6 months, not really being outside or anything, wow, what a shock to my system. It's like, whoo, now I know why they call it the great outdoors. So it was time to get to work. First thing I had to tackle was the stairs. My number one nemesis, now that I was home, were these stairs. 14 steps. And at the top of those 14 steps, waited everything I had dreamed about for months and months. My own bed, a shower, and my exercise room. Yep, at the top of those stairs, my nemesis waited the promised land. I just had to figure out how in the world I was going to drag my butt up those 14 steps when I could barely walk at the time. Well, first thing first, I had to get rid of that walker. It had to go. So while I was in the house, I was determined that I was not going to use that. I pitched it to the side, and for anything that I was doing in the house, still staying downstairs, for anything I was doing in the house, I didn't use the walker. And it was really, really hard. But I had to get that mindset. And I'll talk about that a lot in this video and in future videos. You got to get your mind set first. That, you know, you have to picture it, how things are going to go. You can't let fear get in your head and mess with you. You have to see what it is you want to accomplish and just be determined. So I kicked that walker to the side. The crazy thing is, at that time, I couldn't walk. I had to look at my feet to be able to walk, which was really difficult. But I had to think and how to look and just do it and let the fear of falling not enter into my brain. Falling was not an option. So, I mean, I kind of took it easy, reached out, little steps at a time, looking down to make sure where my feet were. And I just slowly but surely made my way around the house, okay? Started doing little things like getting me a little something out of the refrigerator to eat, using a microwave, just taking care of business, okay? Then came the day when I felt strong enough and I started tackling the stairs. It didn't take me very long. This is the first week back in the house. I'd been sleeping downstairs in my recliner and I was tired of it. So I started at the bottom of the stairs. I would practice taking a step up, taking a step down while holding onto the handrail. Again, mindset, 14 steps. It began with one step. Step up, step down, okay? Then step up, take another step, all right? Step back down. And just, I just kept practicing that. Next thing I knew, I was up to about 10 steps. Awesome, okay? It just kept getting better every day. And I just, like I said, I wiped that fear of falling out of my brain. Eventually, I made it to the top of the stairs. Now the biggest problem was, how do I get back down? Well, again, I just, it looked ridiculous, but at first, when I got all the way to the top of the stairs, the way I got back down, I just sat on my butt and slid down, honestly. And then when I got back down to where I could kind of get a hold of the rail, I would stand up and I'd use the rail and I'd walk down. Eventually, it got easier and easier. But the crazy thing is, even today, 2 years later, I stand at the top of those stairs every morning and I look down there and I have to look down at my feet. And I had to think to myself, it's okay, dude. Go down the stairs. You got this, all right? You're not that guy anymore. You can do this. Okay, that's after my morning meditation. Like I said, I get out of bed in the morning. I say my prayers. I spend some time with God. And I do my meditation, my breathing. And then I go and tackle those stairs. And every day, it gets better and better. And I'm sure it's going to continue to get better. So that was what happened when I first got home. Okay? Still a long way away from being all right. And I'm still not all right, but I'm getting there. So we'll leave it for that for today. This is starting to get kind of long. And, I tackled my number one nemesis. I beat it. And you could beat yours too. Like I say, the mindset, number one, most important thing. Get your mind straight and your body will follow. I guarantee you. All right. I'm going to let you go now. Everybody, thanks for, tuning in. Thanks for following me. If you like these videos, give them a big thumbs up, please. And subscribe. Again, if you know somebody that might benefit from this, who's struggling also with their nemesis, share these videos with them. Let them know that it can be overcome. You can beat them. You really can. All right, everybody. Have a good day. Thanks.